After an intense practice fight between Wang and the old martial arts master, the scene switches to both of them, chilling with some tea. The old man, with a smirk, says the sparring session was a good time. Wang thanks him for all the advice he's been giving, and the elder hits him with some praise. "Kid, for your age, you're pretty impressive." He even points out that Wang's inner strength is top tier for someone so young. But then comes the catch. Wang is seriously lacking in combat experience. If he ever wants to unleash the full potential of his flaming palm move, he's got to get into some real fights. Wang, feeling bold, makes a request. "Can you teach me Kung Fu, please? Take me on as your disciple." He explains that while the flaming palm is a beast of a technique, right now he's just relying on brute strength. In a real fight, he'd get wrecked, but if he learns the basics of Kung Fu, he could fight and defend himself like a pro. The old man nods, stroking his beard like a wise sage in some old-school movie. He tells Wang that while the flaming palm is one of the most powerful techniques out there, Kung Fu is just as important. And then he drops a bombshell. The flaming palm isn't just any move. It's tied to Buddhist martial arts. Seeing Wang's good intentions to protect his loved ones and not use it to hurt others, he agrees to take him as his disciple. Wang's over the moon with gratitude, and like in every good martial arts story, he kneels in front of the master to show respect. Then the old man reveals his real name, Li Zhengguo, and shares that his Kung Fu style has been passed down through generations of his family. It's a family-only thing, but Wang, he's special. So special that Li Zhengguo promises to teach him everything he knows. But there's a warning. If you ever dishonor our clan or do anything shady, you'll regret it. Cue Wang sweating bullets, trembling, and immediately promising not to mess this up. And just like that, their bond as master and disciple is sealed with a cup of afternoon tea. Later, Wang meets up with his crew, and this dude is feeling generous. He tells them he's planning to buy luxury cars for each of them. Why? Because it'll boost work efficiency, of course. Oh, and he's thinking about getting a van for road trips, too. You know, for the whole apocalypse survival gang. In his head, he's like, this is totally gonna make them happy. They roll up to a dealership ready to shop, but drama hits the moment they walk in. The manager, a sharp-dressed woman, starts chewing out some new employee. Wang casually steps in, saying he's interested in checking out the cars on display. She sizes him up like a hawk, eyeing his outfit. No designer labels, just regular clothes. To her, he screams broke. She straight up tells him, "This place is for millionaires. You shouldn't even be here." Wang doesn't flinch. Instead, he gives her a sly smile and says, "I can buy whatever I want." But she's not buying his story and decides to pass him off to the newbie employee. She also tells him not to touch the cars. Just look. Rude, right? While the newbie awkwardly tries to help, Wang asks how he's doing in his job. Turns out, the poor guy is struggling and constantly getting scolded by the manager. After browsing for a bit, Wang drops a bomb. "Show me something over $1 million. They bring out this jaw-dropping green luxury car priced at $2.3 million. His friends? They're absolutely shook, standing there with their mouths wide open because, let's be real, that price is insane. The manager storms over, hands on her hips, practically fuming. "What's all this racket?" she snaps, glaring at Wang and his crew. Without missing a beat, she starts chewing them out, saying they've got no business being inside the car because, let's face it, you couldn't afford this in your wildest dreams. Wang's buddy, clearly embarrassed, mumbles something about getting out of the car. But Wang? Nah, not today. He slams the door shut before his friend can step out. "Relax," he says, flashing a grin. "I'll handle her." Meanwhile, the manager pivots to the newbie employee, ripping into him like it's his fault this circus is happening. Then she barks orders to the security team. "Get these clowns out of here and don't let me see their faces again." The guards show up, but Wang, he's not about to go quietly. When they try to grab him, he gives them that look, the kind that screams, "You're making a big mistake." And boy, does he prove it. With a single move, he sends them flying like rag dolls. The whole showroom goes dead silent. His friends, jaw dropped. The manager, now redder than a tomato, screeches, "You broke Bast! I'm calling the cops, and you're paying for their medical bills." Without missing a beat, Wong pulls out a freaking gold bar and chucks it at her feet. "Here, that ought to cover it. Oh, and for the record, you're the one who started this mess. We just wanted to buy a car, and you had to make it a whole thing." The manager stares at the gold like it's a UFO. One of the guards picks it up, gives it a good look, and mutters, I think this is real." Her co-worker, clearly over her nonsense, finally snaps. "You've gone way too far," he says. She spins on him, ready to let loose again, but he's done. "I quit," he shouts, throwing up his hands. Wang, watching the drama unfold, steps in. "Hey, hold up. How about you help me instead? I'm still buying a car." The ex-employee blinks. "Dude, I don't even work here anymore." Wang smirks. "Fine by me. I'll take 3 cars, top specs, different colors. You in?" The manager's about to call him crazy, but then Wong casually pulls out his phone. In 2 clicks, he transfers $7 million to the dealership's account. The guard at the computer nearly chokes. Boss? He actually did it." The manager freezes, staring at the screen like it's her worst nightmare. Meanwhile, Wong turns back to the ex-employee. "Now, let's go check out my new ride." Suddenly, the manager switches gears. Her face is all smiles now, her voice dripping with fake sweetness. "Congratulations. You're now one of our VIP clients. I'll personally make sure your experience here is unforgettable." Wong raises an eyebrow. "Unforgettable? You mean like the part where you called me a broke loser?" She stammers, practically begging now. "Please. If you don't forgive me, I'll lose my job. My reputation's on the line. I'll do anything, literally anything, you want." Wong smirks, clearly enjoying this. "Anything, huh?" But instead of dragging it out, he points to the ex-employee. "Give him the commission for all 3 cars." The guy's face lights up. "Wait, seriously?" "Yup," Wong says, grinning. "You earned it." And just like that, everyone rolls out of there in brand new top-of-the-line cars, leaving the manager behind to stew in her own mess. After a while, the crew is out testing the cars, speeding down the highway like they've got something to prove. They spot 2 sports cars up ahead, and one of the drivers notices Wang's shiny new rides trying to overtake them. Of course, these guys aren't just gonna let it slide. They're looking to have a little fun. Cue the unofficial race to see who's the real king of the road. Wang's friends are all hyped up, ready to floor it and show they're not scared of a little action. But Wang? He's the voice of reason, kind of. "Guys, chill out. It's been forever since we last drove anything like this. We're no match for these rich dudes, yet." The squad agrees, begrudgingly, so they ease up on the gas, letting the drama simmer down, for now. Meanwhile, the guys in the sports cars are all confused, like, wait, why are these guys slowing down? They take one look at Wang's brand new cars and figure, oh, they're probably scared to scratch their fancy toys. One of the drivers, though, gets curious. Who the heck bought 3 luxury cars of the same model? Now he's gotta know. The guy matches Wang's speed, pulls up next to him, and shouts, "Hey, there's a gas station up ahead. Let's stop and chat for a bit." And just like that, they're pulling in and parking like it's the start of some bro-y car meetup. Wang and his friends get out, and the guy introduces himself. Name's Liu Xinghua, and this blonde dude over here is Zhang Wenqiang. Don't worry, we're not here to show off or anything, we just want to hang out. They chat it up, and surprisingly, Liu and Zhang are cool as hell. Wang even lets them test drive one of his cars, and they return the favor. Boom, new rich friends unlocked. Fast forward a bit, and they're all out grabbing dinner together. Turns out Liu and Zhang come from families dripping in wealth and influence, but they're not stuck up like you'd expect. Wang tells them about his plan to open a jewelry store. And these guys? They're impressed, like, dang, you're really out here doing big things, huh? They exchange contacts, and Liu tells Wang to keep him in the loop. He's interested in partnering up down the line. The next day rolls around, and Wang's getting ready for another trip. This time, he's packed extra food and plans to bring his newly bought truck along for the ride. He's buzzing with excitement to surprise his friends again. Without wasting any time, he teleports and lands straight into a soaking wet situation. Yep, Wang's now standing in a bathtub, in a bathroom. He stumbles out, dripping wet and totally confused, only to realize he's in Officer Meow's room while she's getting dressed. Cue the shouting, "What the hell are you doing here? Get out!" Furious doesn't even cover it. Wang scrambles to leave, but Yue hears the commotion and assumes the worst. Just as Yue's rushing to help, Wang opens the door and, plot twist, everyone's ecstatic to see him after a week-long absence. Yue hugs him like she hasn't seen him in years, all, "I missed you so much." Wang's happy too, but then his face scrunches up, and he's like, "Wait, what's that smell? It reeks of dead rats." Cut to the front yard, and yeah, there's a massive pile of rotting zombies just chilling out there. The kids have been practicing their combat skills on the undead. All this chaos? Yeah, it's thanks to those vandals from earlier, the geniuses who thought it'd be a great idea to keep luring zombies to this place. Wang's no fool, though. He figures out their plan pretty quick. They're just trying to drain his group's ammo supply so they can swoop in later. Smart, but not smart enough. Meow, meanwhile, can't stop complaining about the stench in the area. "If we weren't waiting for you, we'd have ditched this dump ages ago." Oh, she snaps. Wang decides it's time to pack up their stuff and make a break for it first thing in the morning. No one's arguing with that plan. Night rolls in and everyone heads to their rooms to sleep. Well, almost everyone. Yue, rocking a brand new outfit, has her own plans to give Wang a very special welcome. Let's just say their night gets, eventful. And discreet? Oh no, that's not in their vocabulary. Meow, poor thing, can hear everything through the walls. And when I say everything, I mean everything. To make it worse, Yue and Wang even start talking about her mid-session. Now she's stuck in her room, blushing like crazy, and probably wishing for a pair of noise-canceling headphones. Fast forward to the morning, and the vandals finally catch on that something's up. They spot Wang's group loading up into a freaking passenger van. In this post-apocalyptic wasteland, that's like finding a unicorn. One of the vandals suggests going after them, but their leader shuts that down quick. These guys have everything. There's no way we're winning a fight against them, but he smirks. We could raid their old hideout. Bet they left some supplies behind. Cut to the vandals stumbling upon a jackpot. Bags and bags of rice. But instead of celebrating, they're suspicious. Why is there so much food here? Food's supposed to be scarce. One of them mutters. Is this poisoned or something? The leader shrugs. Even if it is, we haven't eaten in forever. We'll take our chances. And yeah, they dig in. Meanwhile, Wang, he's grinning ear to ear. Turns out he left a little surprise in that rice. He spiked it with laxatives. Petty revenge? Absolutely. Satisfying? Oh, 100%. Their next destination? A nearby city. The problem? They have no clue what they're walking into. Could be fine. Or could be another nightmare waiting to happen. After days of travel, they finally reached their destination, a city that clearly used to be packed with people back in the day. The night falls, and everyone's chilling around a campfire, heating up their food, except Wang. Dude just bolted off toward the road to scope out the area. We see him standing at a high vantage point, scanning the city below. It's clear he's got a plan to head deeper into the city, but he's stuck in this inner debate. Should he go for it? Or is that just asking for trouble? He knows nothing about what's really going on down there, and the unknowns got him second-guessing if diving in head first is worth the risk.